Alright guys, what's up? Quick video on my top 4 local rescue ace deck. Now, I did get everything I needed from the premiere event. I topped 4, it was 4 rounds. I lost, the only round I lost was round 3, and it was against Branded. But we're gonna go ahead and get into the deck profile. So, rescue ace. Start off with basically triple hydrants. He searches for a monster. When you control another rescue ace monster, your opponent can't target him with card effects or attacks. Second one card starter is Ace Airlifter. When on res of his normal summon, he searches for a spell. And when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, you tribute it for cost from hand or field to special rescue ace from your hand. Next, we play triple impulse. Same thing on field. You can tribute it when your opponent activates a monster effect on field. Tribute it for cost from hand or field. Special rescue ace machine from your deck. Also on field, once per turn, you can choose one effect monster your opponent controls with the highest attack, and neither player can activate their effects on the field this turn. The new monster, Double Preventer. Preventer allows us to go ahead and actually play this deck. You can banish one rescue ace card from your grave to special him. When he leaves the field, you can special one rescue ace. You can target one of your banished rescue ace monsters from the banish zone and special summon it. Really, really well. And also, if you control a rescue ace, he has a quick effect. You can target a monster, an effect monster your opponent controls, and set it. Double Boss, Double Turbulence. He sets all 4 spells and or quick play spells and or normal traps. Also, when a card on your side of the field is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, you can pop a card on the field. You can target any card on the field and destroy it. Well, when a card leaves the field due to your opponent's card effect. And our one-ofs, we play Fire Attacker, just special summon it. When you normal summon or special summon a rescue ace on res, when your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, except during the draw phase, you could draw 2, except by drawing it. If they don't draw it and it gets added to hand, you can draw 2 cards and discard 1. And the other one of Engine, when your opponent special summons a monster, you can special a 4 or lower rescue ace from your hand, deck, or graveyard. And he also specials himself when you normal or special summon a rescue ace on resolution. And 1 Dodoran, the Matte Flame Kaiju, because sometimes you just can't outboard and you need a Kaiju to get the job done. That's the entire rescue ace lineup. We don't play Fire Attacker because we don't need to search for a trap. Also, we don't need a special from grave. We already have that. Those are all the monsters. Now for the hand traps. Triple Ash, Double Veiler, 1 Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill. Now I run Ghost Mourner and Moonlit because it's not a 3rd Veiler. If your opponent shifters you or cards are being banished, you don't have to worry about not being able to activate Veiler, because Veiler has to hit the grave. So she will be dead in the hand. But Ghost Mourner, at least you can attempt to hit something on res of a special summon and then negate it. And also, if it leaves the field, your opponent loses life points equal to its attack. So that's just a 3rd Veiler, which it's come up a lot. I like Ghost Mourner. And these in the premiere event, these 2 DD Crows, they were a Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit and a Droll and Lockbird. Ghost Ogre didn't really see much use during my matchups, to be honest. And Droll and Lockbird, I used it once when I opened it, and it was good that one time, but that's really it. So instead, especially playing when I lost against my Branded matchup, I lost because I veilered one of their fusion monsters, but in response, they chained Branded in red and targeted Albaz in grave. And I couldn't do anything. I had a dead Veiler because the target was no longer on the field and they got 2 fusion summons. So DD Crow is just there. Also, it's good utility going first and or going second. You could screw Bestials out of their special summoning. You could also screw your opponent out of resources from the graveyard when they go to target or attempt to special. Just DD Crow it. So I put in DD Crow recently, but it was a Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit and a Droll and Lockbird, but I took them out. Those are all the hand traps. Now we're going to go to the spells. New spell, Emergency. Amazing. It's a quick play. You just special rescue ace from your deck in defense position. Then you tribute 1 rescue ace monster, all 1 effect. Now you can tribute the same one you special summoned. And it also has a graveyard effect. You can banish it to set a trap. And you can only use each per turn, so you can use both effects during the same turn. But this is amazing. 1 HQ, additional normal summon, shuffles 4 from banish and grave. Draw 1 card. Amazing. Alert. You add one from deck to a rescue ace from deck to hand if you control Hydra. If not, you add a rescue ace from your graveyard, from grave to hand. Rescue, you special rescue ace from your grave. If you control Hydra, you can special summon any monster in your opponent's graveyard to your side of the field. 1 Small World, they're all fire. Small World, just to search, bait out an Ash or anything, but usually if we're in a rough position, Small World, fire, fire, get the Mad Flame Kaiju, because it's fire. But just 1 Small World, I own one, and one's been doing okay. Called by, because if we go first, it's amazing. If we see it, if we don't, oh well. Going second, it's still good because we could play and we not worry about our opponent's Ash in hand. Say they don't want to use a negate on the field, but they attempt to Ash. We called by it. So now they have to either waste their 1 or 2 negates on the called by or let us plus off of our 1 monster that they wasted an Ash on. And it's also good hitting Bestials and other stuff in grave. Just like DD Crow, just not able to be played from hand. You have to set it or, it be your turn. A 1-for-1 to special summon Hydrant, reinforcement of the army to add a warrior. The Impulse is a warrior and Airlifter is a warrior. Those are all spells. Traps, play set of Imperms. Always play Imperms. 1 Reinforce, people cite it, but I like Reinforce. It's easy to go for game. You set it off the Turbulence, battle phase, swing. Oh, you have Hydrant on field. Swing with the rescue ace. Activate Reinforce. Target rescue ace directly. That's an additional 1500 damage. And or protection. And just like emergency, you can banish this from your grave to reset any rescue ace spell. Doesn't have to be a quick play. So you can reset your HQ if you want. Extinguish. Target an effect monster, pop it. If you control Hydrant, you pop it and your opponent can't activate its effects of that destroyed monster or a monster with the same original name that turn. And finally, Contain. Negates the effects of an effect monster your opponent controls. If you control Hydrant, that monster can attack, its effects are negated, and it can't be used for any material that turn. So that's the deck. It's 40 cards. I did pretty good. Like I said, round 1 I played Sky Strikers. I won that. Round 2 I played against, what did I play against round 2? Oh yeah, round 2 I played against D.Link. Went game 3. Shifter in the draw phase. Love Shifter. That won me that game 3. Well, match 3, round 3 I played against Branded and I got 2-0'd. It's just Branded. And round 4, I played against Sword S.Tenyi, 2-0'd them. It wasn't really that hard. I just had to play through 2 negates. A negate and a pop with the blackout. So yeah, that was pretty much my rounds. Again, game 3 is just intense. Branded is intense for this deck. It's intense for any deck. It's a good deck. enough of that. We'll just go ahead and go into the extra deck now. Extra deck, there's our Field Center, our Link 1s, Anima, Link Revo. 2s, we have Proxy F Magician, along with the fusions, Dissolving Worm, Cyber's Dissolving Worm, and Mud Dragon of the Swamp. I'll get to those later. Binary Sorceress and a G Golden Crystal Heart. I'll get to those later. Heat to the Fire, Charmer Ablaze, Nightmare Phoenix, a Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf, and a IP Masquerena. Rank 3s, Link 3s, Topologic Trisbana, Nightmare Unicorn. 4s, we have a Borrelsword Dragon because we don't own access code. And we got rid of our last Underworld Goddess, and we also don't have Appaloosa. And 1 Firewall Dragon, Dark Fluid, Neo Tempest, Terahertz. I'll get to that as well. Terahertz, because you could go into Terahertz. I'll show you a quick combo. I'll show you 3 basic combos. You could go into Terahertz, send the Dissolving Worm, and with Dissolving Worm, since you control a Cybers that's a Link 4 or higher, you can banish it from your grave, your opponent activates to spell a trap, and they get deactivation. But that's really niche situations, and you send it off that, this will gain Dark, and it'll gain a permanent 2500 attack, and your opponent cannot activate monster effects during the battle phase at all. But it's out during the battle phase, so yeah, that's pretty much it. And the side deck. Side deck, 1 Harpies, we hate back row. Triple Evenly, we hate back row, we hate everybody's board. 2 Judgments, if we go first. Goes in match, because they're all mostly fire. Double Dimensional Barrier, because I only own 2. But again, for the branded matchup, Sword Soul as well, Mana Dome even. And as well, double Lancia, because we do not like evenly match. Your opponent tries to go to battle phase, we have Lancia in hand, sided, okay, Lancia, they continue playing, and etc. And also, if we end up going second, Shifter, depending on the deck, we could decimate decks just with Shifter. This is literally how I won my game 3 against, this is it, against Dragon Link. I just shifted during draw phase, and all they could go into was all they went into was Heraldic Spheres. And that's it. And we won. They only had 2 cards in hand after that. Finally, our Droll. This wasn't the main, like I said, but it's in the side now. I don't know. I need to pick up more. I only own 1. I see some builds only play 1. But again, it honestly really depends on the meta of your locals, your regional location, and whatnot. So this is the deck I went X1 at the premier event with. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you